G'day guys, it is Ben here from Hunt the Knives. Now, what we're going to do today is have a look at this ThermTec Vidar 635L. And this is one of my favourite little devices because it is absolutely jam-packed with features. Now, it is a short-range device because it's got a 35mm lens and a 640 sensor, so it gives us 1.8 base magnification. And as you'll see, as we start to digitally zoom in at those long-distance things, it just doesn't hold its image cloud very well.
That D is a good 600 metres away. Little 35mm lens. 2 divs, a small one. Calf and its mother. I don't know how shaky it is, but you know, for 600 metres away for a 1.8 resolution, 1.8 magnification scope. It's pretty good.
But where this is absolutely perfect is where you're shooting bigger things like deer and pigs, stuff you're shooting up close, foxes under 180 metres, you know, that type of thing, rabbits, air rifle work, you know, it is absolutely fantastic for that. And there's a couple of really cool things that I love about this unit. Firstly, it runs 18 650 batteries. There is no internal battery in this at all, and it doesn't matter which way you put these batteries in as long as you've got one positive and one negative facing up. Okay, the lens cap is a little bit tight to get on. Oh, it's not the lens cap, the battery cap, but it's designed like that for recoil. This is a rangefinder. This is a ballistic rangefinder, so you can put all your ballistic data in and it's going to calculate all your holdover. And the way it does that is it gives you a second reticle on the actual scope, a little hash mark on your reticle, and that now becomes your point of aim.
Alright, so I've set up the ballistic calculator on this Aries 635, and at 45 metres I'm bang on, so about 90 metres I should have about 4 centimetres of hold under, not over, so that reticle, that little cross, should be above the crosshair. Hard to see when you're in base magnification because that's a wide field of view, but when we dial it in, you can see I've got the smallest amount of actually hold under there. So that's my new aim point, and it also adjusts it based on angle, so you can see I'm changing the angle of my shot. You can see the degrees change. If I go down, you'll see it's compensating. So it's a pretty nifty little rangefinder and ballistic calculator in there.
Focus knob up here as well, so it's very simple to focus, and little GPS integrated here too, so you can actually record where you are and where you've been shooting from a GPS point of view. You know, for professional shooters that need to tag and record their videos, it's absolutely fantastic, you know, for that. Comes with this quick detach mount, which I like as well. Now, this is my personal device, and when these units ship, they actually ship like this, and they sit quite high when you've got this piece on, but this piece here that sits in here can be taken off and you can affix the scope straight to there. Now, that's not going to work when you're talking about high bulk throwing devices. So some of the CZs, for instance, will struggle with the bolt throw if it's this low. It'll interfere with this unless you're left-handed. So you may need to run that, and you'll need to run a cheek riser with it. Couple little tips with this, because this has what we call shutterless technology. So if you're familiar with thermal devices, typically you would have had a device that every 30 seconds or so it pauses and it makes a clicking noise. ThermTec don't do that in their scopes. They have what's called shutterless technology. It's a much more advanced technology, and it's definitely more difficult to actually manufacture because it requires both a software and a hardware solution. So there's no shutter in here, no shutter to get sticky. But what it means is when you turn this device on, you've got to have the lens cap closed until it's booted up, because otherwise you'll get ghosting on the image if you don't. If you ever need to refresh the device in the field, and I find after maybe 40 minutes I'm refreshing it because it does have software that keeps refreshing it, but if sometimes it needs a hardware, you close that cap and you double press the power button, and then you press it one more time. You can actually do it quickly 3 times and it'll automatically refresh it. Joystick control, like all the other ThermTec devices, is absolutely fantastic. We've got zoom in, we've got zoom out, we change our color palettes, and we turn our rangefinder on and off. We hold this joystick button down to record, or we just tap it to take a photo, or we double tap it to get into the menu system. So simple to use. But the real thing I love about this device, and I've gone away from this one, is its size and its compactness. Now, I know tube scopes are all the rage because they look like a scope, okay? Tube scopes are not my favorite form factor because you've got to reach a long way forward to actually focus the unit, and you're also restricted where you can place the sensor and develop this housing because the sensor's got to sit back here with this tube side. And it's not my favorite way to design it because I like to design with a function first in mind, not form factor, okay? And the other thing I love is just look at the size. Now, when this is mounted to my rifle, all my controls, my focus, everything is right near my trigger hand. Okay, I can just run my hand up, do what I need to do, run my hand back down. With this device, if I want to zoom in, I've got to zoom in here, and the areas, this is the same with all tube kind of style device, although with pulsar devices you can zoom in from back here. But if I've got to focus, it's a long reach forward. Now if I'm resting on a post, for instance, you start to put a fair bit of lateral movement or lateral torsional twist through the actual device, into your stock when you want to focus it. So that's why I absolutely love these compact, lightweight devices. I've gone away from generally all tube scopes at the moment and are running these style of brick style devices, and we see them in a couple of different brands. ThermTec have got various different ones. The Hick Micro have got the Panther series, which is fantastic as well. So they're definitely out there. I just, for me, much prefer it. A couple of other things, like the image quality on these devices is absolutely exceptional, which is what you'd expect from ThermTec. The color palettes are fantastic. Ease of use, guys, these are absolutely fantastic. Some of my favorite devices that I've ever used, and ones I don't think I'm going to give up in a long time. It does come with this quick detach mount as well. It is quick detach and it gives you a pretty good return to zero. Yeah, I don't think there's too much more to say to it, guys. Would have had some footage rolling through this, but that's about it. Have to excuse the voice. I've had laryngitis for the last 2 weeks, but I'm sick of not talking. It's probably been a little bit of a gift to the world, but I am over it. Anyway, that's it, guys. Available at huntthenite.com.au.